Hey there, and welcome to another episode of Unity TV. It is the last week in February of 2012, and we are making these cute little canvas bags. Okay, so these are hand stamped using Unity's SMAK kit from December. It's called Make Everyday Count, and we're just gonna sew these lines right here on either side and then stamp on it. So first thing you need to do is get yourself some canvas. And I recommend just going to the canvas store and getting some canvas or muslin or a cream-colored fabric that you can stamp on. And just buy a whole bunch of it so you have it on hand, because you can make so much with this stuff. So figure out the size you want. I'm going to cut about a 3.5-inch strip here. And I'm going to want to rip it because I like the ends nice and frayed. Okay? So just rip a nice big strip of this. Just cut the ends off. Okay. So decide how long you want your bag. So I usually do this by eyesight here. So this looks to be about, I'd say, 5 or 6 inches. You can pull your sample bag up if you want to see, or do the same thing you did the first time. If you're happy with that length. So in this bag I've got some nice candies. You can use it for everything, and imagine these on your table when you have guests over. Put these on their plates and they can take them home. Really cute gift bags. Okay? And so easy and quick, you'll see. Alright, so I'm going to keep it roughly around the same length, and just remember that when you pull it here, it's going to pull the bag down. So you want to give yourself a little extra room at the top. Okay, so this is the makings of my bag. So I'm going to go and just a straight stitch with my sewing machine. I'm going to sew right on this side and up on this side, and that's it for the sewing. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, so I am back, and I'm just going to trim off the excess thread. Okay, so what essentially we've made here is a nice little pocket, okay, nice little pouch. Nothing fancy, you don't have to be a seamstress to do this, it's just so easy. So there you have the inside of your bag, okay, so it's a pouch. Next we're going to stamp on it. Now I'm going to use an ink, and you can use mostly any ink that you have. I think you have to be careful when you're using inks if you're going to be washing these fabrics and using them over and over again. But if these are just for a one-time purpose and no one's ever going to be washing these, you can be quite loose in the inks that you use. So I'm going to be using this Archival ink by Ranger. It's called Library Green. So this particular ink is acid-free, fade-resistant, waterproof, which is good, and it's non-smear. All right, so that's pretty good that it's waterproof for our purposes. So I'm going to pull stamps from the SMAK kit. I love some of these images. I like the numbers here. There's lots of fonts. Here's more numbers. Okay, so I'm going to switch it up. Instead of making the same pouch I did here, with this stamp here that says number 22 and then these numbers down here, I'm going to switch up a little bit. All right, so get your stamp nice and inked. And remember that your ribbon's probably going to go about here. So just to give yourself a little idea of where not to stamp, just put a line there. Okay. Okay, just press down firmly. Nothing fancy about this stamping, but it looks so nice. So maybe I'll use these numbers, and I'm going to use them on the side to go down here. Okay, so ink up your stamp. Make sure all the ink is on there. I'll probably start with this. You can switch up different colors too if you're, you'd rather a more colorful bag. But we are going to embellish this as well. And then if you want, you can do this life changes, make every day count. So you can have a nice sentiment at the bottom for whoever is going to get this. Will have a nice, you know, the bag will have some meaning then if there's a sentiment on it. Okay. So last stamp. Again, these are from the December 2011 SMAK kit. Okay, so now we're done with the stamping. Now it's time to embellish. So I have my glue gun handy, and I have some ribbon that I want to use. I'm going to do a different color scheme today as well from the pouch I did the other day. Okay, so here's my flower. It's not too bright, but it's going to be nice. It's a Spellbinders a die called Spiral Blossoms 3. So I'm just going to hot glue some of this green seam binding. It's been dyed. I'm just going to glue it all together so it kind of looks like it's a bow. Just watch you don't hurt yourself. I've burned myself way too many times. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to cut it here. My flower is going to go right on top. I did use a heart before. I used some want to scrap hearts, and I might do the same. And maybe I'll put it down somewhere. Let's see if it'll go. Change it up the color scheme. Okay, so I'm going to use this bigger one. So I'm using a bigger flower this time. So I'm just going to go in behind there. Okay, next I'm going to glue my flower on top here. Okay, just press that down into the glue. Just make sure it's not gluing on the inside as well. No, it's fine. Okay, next I'm going to grab a little bit of candy. Got some Werther's toffees here. I'm just going to put them in the bag. Okay, well, maybe I'll fill a couple more. Why not be a little generous? Think about like wedding favors too. This would be very inexpensive to do with the fabric being, you know, probably your major cost. The stamps you could just reuse over and over again, which is, you know, the great thing about rubber stamps. And Unity stamps are of such high quality. Okay, so last but not least, take some twine or other fancy ribbon if you want fancier, and just wrap it around a couple times. Okay, and presentation is key, so why don't you just pull out the top to make it look really nice. Okay, and then just trim if you want to do that. And voila, there you have some really cute bags. And these will be for party favors, think baby showers, dinner guests. So I hope you give these a try. They're a lot of fun and have so many applications. All right, thanks for watching Unity TV, and take a look at those SMAK kits. There's about 4 of them now, and they're just awesome. Take care, have a great day.